नमस्कार, मैं हूं साकेत गर्ग और आपका स्वागत है बिंटिन में। जैसे कि आप जानते हैं, बिंटिन एक्सप्लोर करता है भारतीय संस्कृति को, भारत को, और इसी बात पे आज हमारे साथ हैं मनोज जी। वेलकम मनोज, नमस्ते।
Thank you. Namaste.
वेयर आर यू फ्रॉम?
I'm from Australia.
From Australia, okay. So when you landed in India for the first time, what was your initial reaction?
The first time I came to India was a few years back. I was very confronted. I was confronted by the two extreme sides of life in India.
Okay.
The extreme poverty and the extreme wealth. And I was also confronted by the indifference that the extreme wealthy felt towards the extreme poverty. And that was my first impression. And my second impression was that it's a beautiful country like every other country in the world. It's got some beautiful places. But I was very touched and saddened by a country with so much historical, philosophical background, going back to the Vedas, Upanishads, Mahabharata, Bhagavad Gita, yet somehow now so very different. That was my impression.
So all the cultural things that you're talking about, did you hear about that in your country or from a friend or what? Can you describe it?
No, that was my own feeling. I wanted to come here to get in touch with my own sense of knowledge, jnana, and to understand Hinduism. I was born into Hinduism, but I wasn't practicing Hindu. I retired, and then I wanted to discover for myself Hinduism. And so I thought I'll come to the place where it started. So no, I didn't hear from anyone. I don't have many Indian friends. Now I do, but then I didn't. So it was my own discovery.
Okay, so Manoj, do you know that India is the birthplace of yoga, spirituality and meditation? Have you practiced any?
I haven't practiced yoga.
Okay.
But I most certainly am spiritual, and I'm more spiritual as I get older. And so, yes, I'm very familiar that India was the birthplace of that huge, vast amount of philosophy. Yes.
So how do you practice the spirituality?
I practice spirituality in a particular way. I don't know if you're familiar with, there are two paths. There's Ishvaravada,
Okay.
there's Nirishvaravada.
Okay.
Ishvaravada is with God,
Yeah.
and with accepting that God is a personal relationship. Nirishvaravada is that God is in everything. Tattvamasi, the Sanskrit word for it, Tattvamasi, that thou art, you are that. So it is my path of Nirishvaravada, and if you could also add to that Jnana Marga, the path of wisdom. So it is my spirituality that there is no supernatural outside God. There is avatars for telling a story.
Okay.
There are many, many avatars of the three gods, Brahma, Vishnu and Shiva. And it is a way to tell a story. To me, the story is important, but the God is not.
So Manoj, where did the spiritual journey of yours start?
I started with my mother and father. My father is Hindu and my mother is Christian.
Okay.
My father belonged to a very Hindu family that used to pray, do bhakti, do karma, do yoga, do all of that. But my mother, she was different. So when we visit relatives and they pour liters and liters of milk on a Shiva lingam, my mother would say, "What a waste!
Okay.
That should be given to children who are hungry, not to a stone." My father would say, "Well, that's religion." And then over time, I had to reconcile those 2 points.
It was two sides fighting inside, like what is right and what is wrong.
Yeah, two sides, constantly. And then I asked myself, what is this God? Why does this God demand milk and flowers and adoration and puja and all of this? Who is this God? And then for a long time I said, there's no God. There's no God, there's nothing, zero. And I went on that path for nearly 30 years.
Okay.
And then I started thinking, if there was no God, what was there? And the answer, it was always there in Hinduism, because the power of Hinduism is meets people where they are. So if you are a person who doesn't understand the scriptures, the Vedas, and can't understand it the way, in an intellectual, in a way, then you can do puja, you can do bhakti, and you can still be a good person. You can believe in karma. But if you have the faculties, if you have the ability to understand and really understand the Vedas and what they're saying, understand the Upanishads and understand the story between Krishna and Arjuna, then you can meet somewhere else. So I think if you spoke to a Swamiji, they would probably say they believe in Tattvasi, they believe in one entity, everything is one.
Okay, so Manoj, practicing spirituality, has it had any positive impact on your life?
Absolutely. Absolutely. When I was an atheist, I didn't believe in anything, I felt something was missing in my life. But I couldn't explain things. I couldn't explain violence. I couldn't explain conflict. I couldn't explain hatred, division. I couldn't explain those things. I spent 32 years in the military.
Okay.
And I've been to many wars. And that has affected me. And now I understand. So my spirituality is going inside and understanding the true nature of conflict and violence and division. And when you understand that, then if I believe in Tattvamasi, then you are me and I am you. There is no division. So I can't be anything other than nice to you, anything other than worship you as my brother. But if I don't have that, then you are Indian, he's Pakistani, this person is from America, this person is Elon Musk, this person is Narendra Modi, this person is Xi Jinping. This is the division that the world has now. Hatred, hatred, hatred. And that comes from division, not from Tattvamasi.
So you are basically saying that the divisions created by mankind, the borders created by mankind,
Yes.
India, Pakistan, China, Bangladesh, it is all man created, and to be spiritual is to find yourself, is to erase those borders.
So
Right.
Jiddu Krishnamurti, you probably heard of him, he has a very beautiful way of saying this. He says, as soon as you desire something, and you see a beautiful car, you say, oh, that's a beautiful car. But then desire comes in and says, I see myself in that beautiful car, driving that beautiful car. As soon as that desire happens, then I want to become someone. I want to become important. I want to become like the Ambanis or the Tatas. I want to have this wealth. As soon as I become that, then it creates division. You, me, rich, poor, Narendra Modi and BJP and Congress, Trump and whatever, Netanyahu and Palestine. Creates conflict. That conflict then leads to violence. That violence is ultimately how every one of us seems to be living to me. Even here in Rishikesh, a holy place, people are living in division and conflict. They have forgotten their dharma. They no longer have dharma. Even when they're teaching yoga, they're just taking the money and teaching yoga to Western tourists. And they said, this is yoga, this is spirituality. And maybe, your tradition, that's not spirituality. Yoga is just exercise if you think of it as yoga. But if you think as yoga as a complete system of thinking, including the philosophy, then it's different. That's dharma. So I think my observation here is that not many people, unless you go to one of the ashrams like the Swami Sivananda ashram and speak to a Swami there and in touch, or you go and sit at the ghat near Ramjula and watch a cremation and see that this body is nothing but ashes and work that yourself, then there is no spirituality.
Okay, so Manoj, we have heard that spirituality really focuses on the third eye. It talks about the third eye a lot, about opening it and awakening its powers. What is your take on that?
I have an interesting take on that. I mean, no different to anyone else. I meditate a lot. Before I meditated, I didn't believe in a notion, even a sort of theoretical notion of a third eye. But I now believe that what people talk about when they talk about the third eye is they're talking about the path to the inside. Not the path to the outside or to something in heaven. It's the path. So when I meditate and I close my eyes and I concentrate there, I have pure clarity of nothing. Nothing. And that nothing leads to Advaita. And so to me, the importance of the third eye is not that there is a third eye, but it is this idea that you can concentrate inward, and when you go inside your soul and you understand that I am not this body, I am not this mind, I'm not my wealth, I'm not this clothes, I'm not this ego. When you understand all of that and you say, who am I? Every day when you close your eyes and say, who am I? The true answer is inside. That's not your body. That to me is the third eye.
Okay. So Manoj, we see that a lot of foreigners are adopting Indian lifestyle. They like to wear saris and kurta pajamas, whereas Indian people are following the Western fashion. They are wearing jeans, top, shirts. What do you think about the shift that is being seen around here?
It's very interesting, I think, because if you look at all Eastern cultures like Japan and the kimono,
Yeah.
India and its dhoti
Kurta
pants, kurta pajamas, top, and even Pakistan, the Muslim countries where they wear the
Hijab.
hijabs and they cover their head and they're comfortable. All of these clothes have one thing in common: they're comfortable. I'm wearing today, you see, loose pants, because it's comfortable. But I think my feeling is that when you're comfortable for this temperature, so in India it's very hot,
Yeah.
so you have to be comfortable for the heat. And when you're comfortable and your body is comfortable and it's cool and it's eating the right food, be that vegetarian food or sattvic food or whatever it is right for you, then it's easy to be calm. But if you wear a tight suit and a tie, which I have had to wear, or your uniform and all your medals, very uncomfortable, very self-conscious. That's when it creates division. Your suit is better than my suit. Your tie is better tied than my tie. You got more medals than I have. So it creates division. Division, conflict, violence. But when you're wearing something loose and comfortable, you're like everyone else. So to answer your question, I feel that it's only change. And I think it's a bigger question. Mr. Modi is pushing very hard for India to change its name to Bharat. That might be good or bad, I don't know. But to me, it creates division. India is now pushing. The other day I heard the head of Infosys say that Indian children need to work 90 hours, 75 hours. Why? To make him more money. So I feel that India had the opportunity to be different. Thank you. India had the opportunity to have democracy, wealth, and richness, but still within the context of its spirituality. But I feel that India has left that path and joined the United States, Israel, Britain, all these countries that have created division around the world. Now India is creating that division. And so is China. The same division. And I feel that that's sad. I'm not saying that India should always be poor. That's not the point. I think that India should be an absolute potential country with so many beautiful humans with so much brain power and knowledge. But they need to be treated well. You can't expect them to work 90 hours and still have a fertile mind. They can't. You can't bring young people into the campus at Infosys and then fire them with no explanation. That is not right.
Yeah.
That is Western capitalism. I think India needs its own capitalism, a gentle, kind, caring capitalism.
Okay, so Manoj, wrapping this up, if you would like to say something to our viewers in Hindi.
In Hindi?
Yeah, in Hindi, if you don't mind.
Oh, my Hindi is very limited. But can I say something in Sanskrit?
Yeah, sure.
I would say in
Great.
Sanskrit, the most important thing is Tattvam Asi. I am that. I have it tattooed on my hand
Okay.
to remind me that I am that. And that is the most important thing.